Hello there, my beautiful Leos, and welcome back to your channel. This is your weekend reading for June 13th to the 16th. Leo, time is fluid. Take what's yours, leave the rest behind, and most importantly, do not force a reading to fit. If it's not yours this time around, it's just not yours, and that's okay. So we're going to start this weekend reading off with a fortune. It's also Father's Day weekend, so if that is an emotional time for you, just allow yourself to feel the emotions and process and release. So let's see what your fortune is for the weekend is surprise. A disappointment will be followed by a pleasant surprise. An invitation can bring love to those searching. All right, so pay attention to who reaches out to you this weekend, because it looks like you have a very beautiful surprise and an invite. Now, this card specifically indicates for those searching for love, quote unquote, let's say open to love. So I like this fortune. This is one of my favorite cards in that fortune deck. So I do love that you got it for this weekend. How did that full moon in Sagittarius treat you guys? Honestly, I'm a Leo moon and Mars, and ooh, that Sagittarius full moon was good. It was great. It was absolutely beautiful. So let me know, how was that for you guys? Let's see what else you got going on here for the weekend here, Leo, with this surprise. Oh, the moon in Libra. Love. Card number 19. Bring peace to your life and your relationships will flourish. All right, so I feel like you have a very nice, heartwarming surprise. Now, keep in mind, with this actually is an energy that is connected to a strong sense of Venus coming in with a blessing. So Venus rules all things like that feel-good energy, sensory stuff, getting closer, opening up to love. Venus also rules like, taking care of yourself in that way, nurturing yourself. So I feel like there is going to be a lot of nurture and a lot of care that comes your way this weekend, Leo, whether it's by friends, family, and or romance. It looks like it could very much be a surprise romantic situation here for you, Leo. But there are other messages in these two cards, but I definitely feel like there's a strong indication on like your relationships and or a very specific someone. So let's see what angel is with you for the weekend. We do have card number 19. Some of you born on the 19th. Maybe some of you even have a moon in Libra. Check your birth chart. All right, here we go. Your angel is, oh my gosh, spiritual abundance. Thank you, angels, for blessing me with infinite abundance. Yeah, so some of you may have had a financial disappointment. I mean, yeah, the disappointment could have revolved around love, this, that, and the other, but I definitely feel like for some of you, there was a financial disappointment that's going to be followed by a financial blessing. So you may be very surprised that there's movement from something after you felt a difficult energy towards either finance, love, security, possibly even both of those. But spiritual abundance, get ready. Get ready for a nice, abundant win. Whether you get a bonus, you get paid a little bit more, you win on a lotto ticket, whatever the case may be, you may even find money. And you also have signs from heaven. Thank you, heaven, for sending me reminders of your presence. Yeah. And I did bring up Father's Day weekend. So I definitely feel like for some of you, you are going to receive messages from your passed on loved ones, especially if they're like a father, grandfather, brother type of energy, masculine vibration specifically. Doesn't necessarily have to be. I'm just aligning it to like the societal holiday. You could be getting signs from heaven from like a more feminine energy as well. But pay attention to your dreams. I actually have a story that actually happened to me with this recent full moon. I'll tell you the story at the end of it. But basically my TikTok is going viral and I had a dream of what to post. So that was weird. All right, continuing on. Let's see what else you got here for you, Leo. And I feel like in every single reading for the last like 2 weeks, the universe, your spirit guide, your passed on loved ones, they're coming in with such a strong message of like signs. They're like It's almost like they're literally there in spirit, like holding up the sign. They're bringing it up so frequently. All right, let's see what your angel and aura is for the weekend. And we have self-respect and worthiness. Yup, that's Venus energy. Self-worth, affirmations, independent, and motivated. Some of you are going to start doing some mirror method, some glamour magic. If you're interested in doing anything that is going to give you a glow up, I do have the healing stone in my Etsy shop that will absolutely do that. So it looks like you are getting blessed with not only a glow up that you feel, but a glow up that other people see. A lot of you are going to stand out in a huge way, and it's all from taking more care of yourself. And I feel like there is like this weird connection to, I don't know what it is. You know, I'm very observant of energy, but maybe there isn't like details or a why. But when you focus on yourself, when you prioritize yourself more than you have been, things will just come together. A lot of times, things get messed up or detoured or difficult or challenging because of self-neglect, whether you realize it or not. So I definitely feel like for a lot of you, you may even be this individual who's like writing affirmations on their mirror. I have affirmations on my mirror. So I would definitely look into doing that if you have not already. Don't use like a permanent marker. Use like an expo marker if you do that. And so you can like wash it off or rewrite something. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. The mermaid with you for the weekend, Leo, is communication. All right. So when this mermaid comes in, she wants you to pay attention to anybody or anything that tries to communicate to you, reaches out to you, and you do have the fortune of surprise. So, you may receive a pleasant surprise through communication or this invitation for love through conversation. But there's going to be an emphasis on the throat chakra here for you this weekend. We are still in Gemini season. Gemini rules communication and things along those lines. So definitely pay attention to conversations that you're having. And you're getting divine communication. Like the universe is talking to you. They're like telling you stuff. So pay attention as much as you possibly can. Write your dreams down in the morning if you could. Or like tell somebody so you can remember or at least go back. I'm that type of person. Like if I have a dream that seems like it's a really strong download, I'll not only write it down, but I'll tell someone. So I don't seem like crazy in the future. All right, so let's see what your quantum oracle is. Oh, you almost had a flyer, but it decided to stay in. There it is, consciousness of lack, card number 5. This is where I feel like there could be a pleasant surprise to your abundance. There's an emphasis on coins here, which is interesting because a lot of you ordered products from my Etsy shop and you will get them feng shui coins. All right, and what else you got from the Quantum Oracle? Present Power, Consciousness, card number 2. So you have 2 consciousness cards here, and they want you to not let an energy of lack or an energy of feeling like you may not have enough or you may not be where you are wanting to be at, like financially or in a secure way, take away from any of your power. You still have power. Your energy can still gain momentum. Pay attention to the signs. They will lead you. And when you get the present power energy, you see there's a lion and a tiger on that card. A lot of you, there's an amplification to something that has to do with your finances and security. So really pay attention to any like bonuses available, offers available, things like that. Discounts available. You know, you may have wanted to like buy something, but you never felt like you had enough money to do so. You may find it on sale and you may be like, oh my gosh, yes. And you feel like you have enough. So let's see what we got going on in the details. Because I feel like your oracle is all over the place. I mean, it's interconnected in ways, but I feel like they're talking about 2 different things. I feel like we're getting something about romance, and I feel like we're getting something about money. And like your self-worth, and like your filling up your cup first. All right, let's see what your tarot themes are. First card out is the Tower. with rebuild right underneath surprise. So there you go. There's the shock. There's the surprise. We also have seek the truth with the 7 of Swords. The consciousness of lack. So when these types of energies come through, this gives me the energy of when you don't think something can happen for you and then it does happen to you and you have like a little defeated moment with yourself and you're like, dang, I was really doubting that. And then here it is. That's the type of energy I feel. Whether you doubt love, whether you doubt your abundance, or you're doubting both, there's going to be a surprise that happens for you today that I don't feel like is not only going to be unexpected for you. I feel like it's going to bring a little bit of self-reflection to your own thoughts. And you have changed your focus. There it is with the 5 of Cups. So get ready. You had a huge turnaround here. A lot of you, the tables are turning in your favor, and it could be very surprising. I feel like if love is coming your way, there could be a little bit of like seeing if you have trust issues or something. All right. Oh, the cards are like flying. And too many at once. 3, please, on the cuts. Thank you. All right. On the tower, you have, drum roll, please, the Magician. Yes, there you go. You have manifested this. You have created this. And I feel like that's what's going to happen. You're going to have a pretty big surprise this weekend where you actually do realize you're a lot more powerful than you thought. Or maybe you did think you were powerful, but maybe you didn't have that like outward evidence. The evidence is coming. All right, so I think you're going to be surprised with your own manifestation. All right, 7 of Swords to the Sun. There it is. The sun illuminates everything. So there is an illumination of truth here. And I do feel like for a lot of you, there may be an illumination on your energy of where you have trust issues, why you have trust issues, whether it's towards love, money, life in general. I definitely feel like there's an illumination happening for you. Leo, you rule the sun. So there's a really positive energy here where I don't feel like you thought it was going to be that positive. 5 of Cups to the 3 of Cups. Yep, there it is. There's that reconciliation. There's that invitation to get together with somebody. Support from other people. Your advice is the 2 of Wands. To choose the new path forward. Let go of the past. Don't live there. Don't dwell there. Because the more you dwell in the past, the more that's what you're creating. And your outcome is the 9 of Swords. Yep. So I feel like there's going to be a huge highlight of where you stress or overthink yourself for possibly no reason. I feel like something is going in your favor a lot more than you thought it was going to be. And I feel like your brain was just all over the place. Because your outcome being the 9 of Swords. You see the crows here on top of this 9 of Swords? You see that white crow? That's the clarity trying to come in. That's the energy of like, hey, let's get out of our head and get back into our heart. Because love is coming your way. So if you're going to take past trust issues and project them onto others out of fear, that could cause a difference of connection. So I definitely feel like for a lot of you, there's not only love around you, but there's abundance, creation, and money. But man, you got to get out of that brain. You got to get out of the mind. Get out of the mind and drop into the heart. Let's clarify this. On the 3 of Cups here, potential reconciliation or like possibly being around people or friends this weekend with the 2 of Pentacles. Some of you, you have a lot going on this weekend as well. Making some choices. You have 2-2. On the 2 of Wands, we have the High Priestess, another 2. Yeah. So choose the new path forward and withdraw and learn from the past. I feel like the fact that you have 2-2-2 coming through and you have all this energy about like possible love coming in, I do get that there could be a potential divine counterpart around you or some sort of highlight on that this weekend. All right, Nine of Swords as your outcome with the Eight of Cups. There it is. Walking away from the stress. The mind playing tricks on you. The mind spiraling. And truly releasing that. Let's clarify that. Eight of Cups, Three of Swords, Justice. Beautiful. There's that Libra energy right in your outcome. So I feel like there is this energy here where you're realizing that the more you fear being hurt, the more that's what you're focusing on and indirectly kind of creating. You're kind of like, I just want to be open. Let's do things fair. Let's whatever makes me feel harmonious or wherever I feel the need to go or feel the need to do. And you got good karma with it. So I feel like for some of you, if there's new love coming your way this weekend, I feel like it's from you making final decisions to remove yourself from people that didn't serve you. And or if you have some new abundance coming your way this weekend, some of you, it is a direct good karma from walking away from like a toxic job or like a scenario for money that just didn't serve you. Let's clarify that Justice energy just because you got Libra up there and it's here now. Judgment. My gosh. The Devil. Oh, you're going to have a lot of self-reflection. Nine of Wands. All right. So I feel like for a lot of you Leos, you're coming into a newly found sense of power. I feel like you're really growing, learning, healing, and trying to be like as open as possible. But I almost feel like as this openness happens, it's almost like the floodgates open. And it's now like every friend wants to hang out with you. Love starts to come your way and a possible, like there was nobody and now there's three of them. Like I get that type of energy where it's just like the floodgates have opened. It's like the dam has been broken and you're like, oh wait, hold on. This is faster than I thought. So I feel like there's a bunch of people that want to be around you this weekend. And I feel like it could be very surprising. I get platonic energy. I get friend energy. I get romantic energy. Whether they want to be around you or talk to you or be in your energy in the future. I feel like you may find yourself having to juggle your plans or like juggle what you're doing. And or, I say and or because it could be both. Some of you could be starting something new for money. And you may be like balancing that out. Like starting a new creative endeavor, doing something differently for money or putting more work in, but still trying to like tend to relationships or still being open to love or whatever the case may be. But your outcome is slaying. You are slaying something from your past in a final way. In a final way. And it looks like this pleasant surprise, this invitation, this blessing, this manifestation comes from you choosing yourself in a simple way. Now, whether you had to choose yourself from a toxic relationship, job, or whatever the case may be, your outcome is showing me that this came from you choosing yourself in a painful situation. Instead of continuing the painful situation, you chose yourself. Now, this could be some type of good karma that has taken a while. This could be good karma that just happens right away. But I definitely get like the dam is broken. Here comes the energy. So get ready. I feel like it could be slightly overwhelming. In a good way, maybe. But I do feel like it could be a little overwhelming. Because I get it's kind of like nothing was happening and now everything is happening. And you're like, oh my gosh. Whoa, give me a second. It's like you were seeing no signs and now you feel like you're bombarded by signs. There was no love. And now you have 3 potential suitors. You had no friends, and now you have 5 friends that all want to see you on the same day. Like, that's the vibration I get from this reading. And you have a lot of major arcanas here in terms of zodiac signs in your spread, Leo, that could be around you or in your chart. You have Scorpio, you have Leo, you have Gemini, Virgo, Libra, Capricorn, Pisces. So let's get your ending oracle, and then I'll tell you my quick story about the sign I received in my dream the other day. All right, here we go. We're going to get your ending oracle from the Oracle of the Seven Energies. Changing it up a little bit. I mean, I can't make this up. Quieting the Mind. Card 32. Oh, man. Oh, man. Don't we love when the readings are full circle? I feel like it happens pretty often. But I felt that during this reading the whole time. Here we go. Life is chaotic, busy, loud, frantic, and overwhelming. Thank you. Some days, all that noise is like the roar of thunder echoing around you, and it feels as if you're being plummeted by a rainstorm. Isn't this why we take vacations, to get away to somewhere peaceful? In spite of the surrounding din of the world today, you need to slow down and find a bit of peace. So go ahead and take a deep breath right now. Make a commitment to be still, if only for 5 minutes. Count your breath and be mindful of every one of them. Know that you have all the time in the world to do things that need doing. Everything is as perfect as is. Our core beliefs that the world originates in our feelings and thoughts, which then become our perceptions. If your thoughts are all over the place, this is how we will experience the outer world. But what if the outer world didn't matter at all? Your advice. The spiritual, the inner world, the high priestess. What if at our center, there were a place that is always calm, where the mind doesn't have a million things to say, where problems and challenges aren't nearly as important as we think they are? Today requires you to take an internal break and go to that silent space to regroup. Meditate on the stillness within, choose a peaceful mind, and nothing else. You will be amazed at how easily everything falls into place when you do. Yeah. And I feel like that goes hand in hand with you getting this energy of self-respect and worthiness. It's kind of like your peace is most important. The rest can come after. And a lot of the times we put importance on everything else but ourselves, and we don't realize that. But I'm telling y'all, the power of choosing self is astronomical. And if you have never done that in like a really strong, stern way, I definitely guide you to do so, because the miracles that come from choosing self is just truly limitless. So let me tell you my random story really fast. So yes, I read energy and all this stuff, but I also watch me some reality TV. So I do watch Love Island. I love watching it because I love watching, and I watch everything from a spiritual POV, right? So I'm watching people's personalities, watching how they move. I'm looking at people's birth charts and stuff like that. And, you know, it's entertaining to watch everybody else's issues and don't really have to focus on your own, which is another thing of quieting the mind. Anyways, so basically the new season of Love Island USA just started, and I was been watching it, and I had a dream about like 5 days ago that I was on Love Island, which would never happen. I would never go on Love Island. And if I do, y'all will be the first ones to know, but I would not do that. I do not think so. And I don't even think I'm in the age group that they choose for Love Island. I think they choose like younger people. But anyways, back to my story. I had a dream that I was on Love Island, and I was like, what the hell is going on? It felt so real. And I remember like having conversations with like 2 or 3 of the people that were on the show. And I woke up and I'm like, all right, well, I have the TikTok and I read for all signs on TikTok. So if you want to watch or cross-watch some things, go on my TikTok. You'll find I just post random stuff on there. It's usually in the spiritual POV, vibration, and it's just more things that I like. It's not just like full-on readings. It's more of like just looking into my life a little bit more. I will start vlogging on my TikTok as well. But anyway, whatever. I woke up and I don't know why I had this dream of Love Island, but I was like, you know what? Let's look at all the islanders' birth charts. Let's make some videos about that. And let's just like do my spiritual POV of what I think about this stuff, you know? And whatever. I made like 13 TikToks. And then last night, y'all, and I'm telling you right now, because maybe there's some people on here that like want to be content creators or something like that. And I unfortunately did not finish the ebook. I might get out like one-on-one coaching for content creation, because I did figure out, I figure out the algorithm on TikTok and YouTube, and that's where I stay. But anyways, back to my story. So I woke up, I did like 13 reading islanders' birth charts. And then last night I was watching it and I finished the episode and I just like randomly had something to say, but I was like, I usually set up for my recordings. I got like my microphone out on TikTok and stuff like that. But I was just laying in bed and I was just kind of like, you know what? F it. Let's green screen myself and let's make a minute or so video about how I felt about this recent episode. Mind you, laying in bed, no preparation, no nothing. Okay? And it's always the ones you put like no effort into. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. Because when you put the energy of stress onto it, it just like messes things up. When you just like record and post, it just has a different energy. So whatever. I was laying in bed and I was like, I just have something to say. Because my prediction for one of the couples actually ended up coming true in the new episode. So I was like, all right, let me make the video. So I make this video, y'all. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds. And I go back to check my TikTok like a half an hour later. And it has like 30,000 views. And I was like, oh, shoot, it's going viral. But I wouldn't have done that if I didn't have a dream that I was on the show. And I knew I wasn't, dreams are metaphoric. Usually, most of the time. At least for me. And I was just kind of like, all right, like, I don't know why I would have a dream about this, but like, whatever. I'm into the show. Let's just make stuff about it. I don't always have to pull a card when I make a video. And that's what I did. My no effort TikTok, I think, is now at like 200,000 views. And I usually average on TikTok like maybe like 10 to 100,000. But just this one alone just like doubled the amount. And I was like super surprised. But anyways, that's my story. Pay attention to your dreams. Sometimes they're going to give you random things. Try to just decipher them. And if you don't really know, sometimes I write back to comments. So comment your dream. If I feel called to give you my interpretation, I will. But when you have dreams, really think about the metaphor of it. But anyways, yeah. So now my TikTok is taking off. It takes off like here and there sometimes. But I wasn't expecting it to take off for something like super random, like a reality TV show. But yeah, there you go. Head to my link tree down below. You can find my products on my Etsy shop, the Money Drawing Water. I don't know if there's any Wish Flash Paper Kits on sale anymore. But I know my new shipment is almost here because they texted me this morning. So Wish Flash Paper Kits will go back on sale in the Etsy shop momentarily. And what else do I got on there? The Healing Stone and the Book a Reading with Me, if you want to book a reading with me. And that's what I have here for y'all, Leos. Does anybody else watch Love Island on here? If you do, let me know how you're feeling about this season so far. That's like my little guilty pleasure. We all have a little guilty pleasure. And that's fine. Watching these crazy people on Love Island. So that's what I have here for y'all, my beautiful, wonderful, amazing Leos. I love y'all so, so very much. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, like this video. And last but not least, I have closed the suite, my healing suite, for the 8/8 portal. I'm not letting anybody see me in person that day. And you want to know why? We're having a party on here. It just so happens to be on a Friday, so I feel like it's perfect. So we are going to be having a Lionsgate 8/8 portal party on this channel on August 8th at maybe 8 o'clock. Might as well just go with the 8s. But 8 p.m. Eastern time. If I decide to jump on earlier, I'll do so. But we're going to flash wishes. We're going to listen to music. And we're going to do a giveaway. So join that live so you get a chance to win that giveaway. I will be giving away a bunch of different things. And I hope to see y'all there. I know it's in a couple of months, but I just wanted to let y'all know now. If you have no plans for the 8/8 portal, come to my party. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, Leos. Have a good weekend.